Hello, and welcome to the Dead Zone, where the two ends of our world collide with one another, the living and the dead, together on one plane, coexisting without each other until we open up our minds to understanding the supernatural.
You're moving forward into another dimension. A dimension not bound by space and time, but by the supernatural. A realm trapped between reality and fiction. A realm we call the Dead Zone.
Today, the gates to an occult being will be opened. The keys will be handed out to the world and the locks will be gone. Of course, we can't spoil the surprise. First up on the Dead Zone is our award-winning game show, Bird Calling. When we come back, we'll delve deeper into the world of the miraculous.
Why damn, is it time already? It is a brand new episode of Bird Calling. I'm Misty Dawn, caller extraordinaire and wife of famous Wolverine hunter Behemoth Johnson. The finale is here and our final two contestants have called their way to the top, not scared to unleash their vocal talents upon their opponents. Before we unveil the bird our challengers must call to, let's meet our legendary callers.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Tony Cardone, famous cannoli baker and soon-to-be champion of bird calling. I can't put my son through college on cannoli baking alone, so the wife made me brush off my bird calling skills I garnered during my years as a mafia construction.
Wow, that's wonderful motivation, Tony. Did we know this before? No? Okay. Anyways, our next contestant.
Hi, I'm Molly Davis. Ever since I was a little baby, I either had a wine glass in one hand or my pet parrot, Jessica. When Jessica was brutally murdered by old age, I vowed to bring her back through any means possible. I left behind my loving children, Cody and Parker, and my dear husband, Rich, and my signs on my kitchen wall saying that it's 1 o'clock somewhere. I will bring Jessica back, no matter the cost.
There you have it, folks. Tony Cardone and Molly Davis. Now for the big reveal. Our bird for the finale of Bird Calling is the female cardinal. We'll be right back after this short break to see Tony Cardone attempt to communicate with this week's bird. We're back just in time to see Tony Cardone do one last bird call. Tony, how are you feeling?
I feel like I need to win this so my wife will get off my back about putting my son through college. Look, Linda, it's a community college, not Princeton. Oh, there she is right now for the 4th time in the past 2 minutes. I'm in the middle of something.
All right, Tony, I'm going to have to ask you to put your phone away in fear that you might scare off some of the birds.
I gotta go, I love you. No, I'm not just saying that, I love you. No, I love cannolis more. No, I love cannolis more.
Tony, the bird's getting a little anxious.
Sorry, all right, let's do this. Thank you.
Oh my heavens, Tony, that was unbelievable. I've never heard such instinctual and primal calls. Let us see what Mary has to say on that lovely singing. It's time to put that phone down and give us a talking to.
Oh, I was playing putt-putt with my son Parker. Sorry, not sorry. I thought the calls were a little dry. There's not enough moisture in the back of the throat to get a good pitch. Tony, you disgust me.
Them were some fighting words, girl. We're going to take another quick break, but when we come back, your very own Molly Davis. We're back again to see Molly Davis do her final call on the show. Molly, how are you feeling right now?
I could go for some wine and a Nicholas Sparks book, but other than that, I'm ready to call and bring Jessica back from the bird afterlife. I don't believe in heaven. I believe we live again. Jessica was a friend of my former self when I lived as a road runner in Arizona.
Very interesting. I, for one, believe in Jesus Christ, so I guess we can agree to disagree.
I disagree with you agreeing.
Well, Molly, I'm just trying to be nice.
Well, Misty, it's not time to be nice, okay? It's like time to win.
I'm not your opponent, but all right. Let's get on it. Molly Davis. That was the most beautiful, dazzling, exquisite form I have ever witnessed that's in my own two peepers. Let's check in on Tony and see how he's doing.
Too pure. Oh, Principessa.
Even Tony knows. Tony, can we get you out here? It's time for the bird to choose. We have our two contestants, Tony Cordone and Molly Davis. Who will the bird choose as the winner? It seems the bird has her answer. And the bird has spoken. Your winner is Molly Davis. As if it wasn't obvious enough after that performance. Tony, any words for our audience?
Sarico le custo di mia moglie.
Don't know what that means, but then again, I don't know French. So, Molly, our champion, what words do you have after winning?
Well, Misty, that is just the beginning of the gauntlet I must go through to like get Jessica back, okay? Like, totally.
What's next for you on the path to bringing Jessica back to the real world?
Well, I have to like climb to the top of Kabakachakanjunga, the third tallest peak in the Himalayas, and like and the call to lost souls, hoping that Jessica will hear my cries.
Oh, I'm sure she will, Molly. That's all for this season of Bird Calling. Make sure you stay afterwards through as we'll be teasing some of the birds for next season. I'm Misty Don, and this is Bird Calling.
The day grows weak, and so does the mind. As the sun breaks on the new horizon, a new, far more mysterious entity rises from the depths of space. The darkness consumes the feeble minds of the living and uses that energy to give life to the undead. Paranoia sets in, and rightfully so, but never be fearful. Our next segment, we take to a mythical legend, a spirit trapped in a zone between the living and the dead. Let's take a look.
We are here at Old Alton Bridge, also known as Goatman's Bridge. This bridge has gained legend and experience from many people that has caused investigators from local, regional, and national news sources. This bridge was founded back in 1884, but the legend itself started back in 1930s. Legend has it that Oscar Washburn, an old goat farmer, was walking across the bridge when he was killed and hung by Klansmen. People say his spirit was entrapped in this environment because of the traumatic experience. Cult leaders have come across the way to perform ritual sacrifices here to open up to the spiritual world. BuzzFeed has reported that pet shops are no longer allowed to sell cats in the area because of these ritual sacrifices. To add more to the list, a recent death was found here from a Den high school student in the river across the way.
People have reported a growling voice telling them to, quote, "get off the bridge," end quote. One person said that after he and his friend heard the voice, he ran off the bridge while his friend stayed. He then reportedly watched his friend get dragged towards the railing of the bridge and flipped into the water below.
While being on the bridge, many people have experienced abnormalities. One of the most common experiences are people getting in their car, turning off the headlights, and honking twice to see the red eyes of the goatman. Another common one are people walking along the side of the bridge and knocking 3 times just to see the goatman appear. Others have experienced heart-racing tension and mood swings of aggression to hurt other people, while others just simply feel tugs, pulls, and sometimes scratches from anything from the paranormal. Well, as you can see, we made it across the bridge. That means this is the end of our journey. So this was an exciting experience for us to come out here and explore and investigate ourselves. Now we challenge you to come out here, test the legend. Come see all the different activities that we mentioned. I suggest coming out at night because that's when most of the ghost activity occurs. And remember, when messing with the paranormal activity, be careful.
As we near the end and our new friends begin to join us, we look to our past selves, beings that had no previous knowledge of the spirits living beneath our feet, but now we have been gifted new insight into a new world. We've successfully combined the 2 ethereal planes into one. Our finale is viewing that combination and the byproduct of the world's collisions. Let's take a look.
When I was younger, my brothers and I would go play by the creek near the southern fence. We lived in Fabens, which is near El Paso, just a little south. One time we decided it would be great to see what the moon looked like on the top of the water, so we snuck out when Ma and Pop was sleeping. At this point in time, there was nothing real. There were no concrete details of what this beast may have been, where it came from, and most importantly, what it was capable of. Even thinking back on it now, the hairs on my arms rise. It all feels like a fever. Like you've just woken from a dream damned by the devil himself. For all we knew, what we came across that night was the devil, and we were living that dream. My brother John was guiding us through the darkness. I think I was about 8 at the time when I thought I saw a coyote perched on top an escarpment. It was gone as soon as I blinked, something that I never should have done. When you see this thing, you do not blink. You do not let this demon out of your sight, or hell will rain down upon you. We got to the water eventually and gazed upon the moonlight bouncing off of the Rio Grande like a thing of beauty instead of a warning sign. Nothing this innocent can happen without a balancing act of evil. That's when John heard its cries. The cries of a ghoul, something so putrid to the ears that you'd wish God had never given them to you. We thought maybe it was a stag that had fallen off a cliff and killed itself, but then we heard the dirt being kicked up underneath the hooves of this thing. Get quicker and quicker until it was on top of John and nothing could be done. Its mandible clenched down on John's esophagus and tore it clean out. It started devouring the insides of the neck quicker than the fear grown inside of my head to run. I watched as it got to his face, tearing out his eyeballs and eating straight through to the bone. His face was nothing. The middle brother, Stephen, was gone. He was nowhere to be seen. It was just me and the spawn of hell overindulging itself on my brother's remains. That's when the fear hit me in my legs, which ran faster than I could think. I heard the hooves smacking on the ground and then the gunshots in the air. For the only time in my life, not ever in Nam, not ever again, I ran towards the bullets. My father was standing with his overalls on and shotgun pulled up to his eyes, searching the horizon. He told me to wait inside. He was going for my brother. I didn't see my father for 2 weeks. The next time I did was when the police officers came knocking out on my door asking if this was my father's cranium and wedding ring. That thing they call the chupacabra should have no name, for we got no goddamn idea what it is, and that's the scariest part. Do not blink, or it will be on you sooner than you know. God help us all.
That's all for the Dead Zone. Pay attention to the screams inside of your soul. You may think it's just you, but it's much more than that. Within all of us is a piece of the underworld that is waiting to be tapped. Today, the underworld and our overworld become simply one world. Our world, their world, one world. The Dead Zone.